with this truck, the SCX-102 Deadbolt, I am going to be doing a budget build series. So one video per week, and I'm going to be adding little upgrades, little things here and there each week to try and get it ready for the upcoming event here in Michigan, the Great Lakes Gauntlet. And basically the plan is no more than $40 each week. I can spend less, but I can't spend over $40 unless I spend less the week before. So in this case, what I have bought already, I spent $30. So I have $10 to put towards next week. Alright, so now the first thing that I actually did on here was something that's pretty simple. I took and purchased some 116 by 516 disc magnets made by Aspect Aviation, and you can purchase them at Eddie Nankin. They're $3.99. They come 6 in a pack, and basically the purpose of these magnets are so you can take and place them in the back. You take the body clips off, and if you see, they're sitting in the back. Now, if I flip this around, they don't fall out. Now, show you what I did here. You can see those two magnets right there are just shoe gooed in. If you are in the hobby, I guarantee you have shoe goo. So basically this helps save your body clips, because at some point you are going to have to pull the body off, whether you're changing a battery or fixing it on the trail. This is something that's just helpful and just a quick little tidbit. The next thing that I did for this truck, and again, this truck is all stock tires, stock servo, stock motor, stock everything still. There's quite a bit that I'd like to change before we actually get out to the event. One thing, it's actually pretty cool little system that we got here. It is the DSM Off-Road Integrated Self Recovery system. Now, this retails for $28.99, and basically what it does is it is a, let's see if we can show you. Basically what this is it is an elastic bungee rope, and the intent of what it does is you hook it to the front of your vehicle like so, and then you run it to the back. In this case, I mounted it off to the side. Depending on what rear bracket you have, you can actually mount it in the middle, but for the sake of doing this build, I wanted to keep it all original as possible. So basically you actually run the rope from the front all the way to the back, loop it around the spool that it comes with, and then back up to the front. And then in this case, it comes out the front of the bumper. With other bumpers, you normally have some type of fair lead or something similar to that you actually run the rope out. In this case, I just took a Dremel and cut a notch in the bumper, because I didn't feel that purchasing a new bumper was essential to getting the truck ready for this G6. So I just made a notch and it just sits right in there. Now, with the elastic rope, basically what this does is what makes this, in my opinion, better than a standard tow rope. Is a standard tow rope, is going to be like this. You pull it and it is tight. And so when you go out trailing with your friends, if your friend flips over, you take the tow rope, you hook it to your truck, you hook it to his truck, you pull it, and it'll flip his truck over. Or if he's stuck, you can pull him out. With the elastic ropes, I see this get used all the time. I would say incorrectly, but it does work. So what a lot of people will do is they will take the bungee rope and they will hook it to their truck, to their buddy's truck, and try to pull them. But with it being elastic, it is not actually going to do anything other than stretch the rope out. And before you know it, you're going to run out of space. And what happens sometimes is this actually builds up so much tension that it either jerks your truck forward or jerks your friend's truck all the way over and onto its other side, basically. So much like making sure that you have the right tool to do the job, using a standard static tow rope to help a buddy out is the right tool for the job in that scenario. What the bungee rope does is it helps you out if you are out all by yourself. Now, you can use a winch if you have a winch. In this case, with this being a budget build and going the cheaper route, most scale winches, you're looking at least 40 bucks just for a winch, and then another 40 plus for a winch controller. And then going from there, you need to change out your bumper so you can actually get a bumper that will hold a winch. So with this system, it saves you a lot of money, and out on the trails or at a G6, it is significantly faster to pull the line, hook it up, and that little bit of tension will actually just pull the truck forward and give you just enough pressure to move the truck forward. So that is why I went with that route, and be sure to stay tuned as I will be changing out a few other things. I plan on changing wheels and tires. There's a few little shock tips that I'm going to be doing and showing you, so that way we can get everything going and performing as it should when we take it to the gauntlet.